Hi everyone, it's Mary. Welcome to our online class. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video before you post to Moodle. And this video is going to be me talking about particular ideas I wish to stress and my real life experience in education as it pertains to Chapter 8 in spring, which is local control. So the first thing I want to talk about is LCAP. LCAP is Local Control Accountability Plans. It's a new thing as of last year. Basically what has happened is that districts are able to control how they want to spend their money and how they're going to be accountable. Districts get to decide how they want to spend their money and how they want to be accountable through their LCAP plans. Last year I was working in Petaluma City Schools and I directly benefited from the Petaluma City School District LCAP plan. How I benefited from that plan was that the district decided through their LCAP to reinstate general ed summer school. The district had not offered general ed summer school the past 4 to 6 years, depending who you asked, because of budget cuts. So when they wrote their LCAP, part of their LCAP was students who are not making appropriate grade level progress will have the opportunity to attend general ed summer school. I was the principal of the general education summer school program for Petaluma City Schools. We were able to hire 12 teachers, 2 custodians, and 1 office manager, as well as provide bus transportation both to and from school for all students who attended, as well as provide free breakfast and lunch. So that was an exciting part of the plan. Also on my Moodle post, I put my current school district's LCAP plan up and the processes they went through to get community buy-in and stakeholder input and parent input in what would best benefit students. Last year, when I was getting my administrative credential at Sonoma State, in our law class, Mickey Porter came and spoke to us. Mickey Porter is the Assistant Superintendent of Sonoma County Schools. She spoke to us quite a bit about the LCAP and how it could be successful. The odds are that the LCAP will be successful for the school district if the school district really got community buy-in and feedback in writing their plan. The plans are written for 3 years of implementation, and then at the end of the 3 years, the plans will be decided if they were successful or not. If they weren't successful, they'll be rewritten and modified. So Mickey Porter was in charge of approving all of Sonoma County districts' LCAP plans. Flash forward to last week, I was talking with my superintendent, and I said, I'm doing an online learning class for Sonoma State for the reflective educator. I want to touch base with you about LCAPs because it's past the date and time when they are supposed to be approved. So were all the plans approved? My superintendent told me she believes that all the plans were approved. However, some parts of some districts' LCAP plans were asked to be rewritten. So some districts had to rewrite parts of their plans. So while the overall plan was approved, parts of it were not approved, and the districts had to redo that. My district, Pioneer Olivet Union School District, the whole plan was approved. So that's some information for you about my personal experience with LCAPs in the past year and a half. Last year, I worked at a charter school. I worked at the 6th grade academy at Petaluma Junior High. It was the first year I'd ever worked at a charter school, and it was interesting because in reading what Spring wrote about charter schools and how they're defined, the 6th grade academy was pretty well aligned with a traditional charter school. We as teachers at the charter school had a lot of freedom in the curriculum we taught and how we taught, and we were encouraged to take risks and really were supported in supporting our students in a 21st century learning environment, which was exciting. The only part of our charter school experience that was different than what Spring wrote wrote about was our school rules and regulations. My students had to follow the same rules as Petaluma Junior High School students. So we didn't have any separate 6th grade academy rules, protocols, policies, or procedures. We followed what was already set in place at Petaluma Junior High School. And there were pros and cons to that. But students were admitted to our school on a lottery system, and students within Petaluma City School District were given first priority and acceptance into the charter. So it was interesting to work at a charter school last year. Over the years, people in education will off the cuff kind of say, oh, in 10 years, everything's going to be a charter. And I think they say that because of No Child Left Behind from 2001. It really set up schools who were not making adequate yearly progress to apply for a charter, to write a charter, and to become a charter, so that they could have the freedom to teach students how they want to and not necessarily read off of a script. I think that the author's points are going to change in the area of local control because I believe No Child Left Behind is really close to being obsolete, and with the local control accountability plans, I think it changes the game in education and changes who is accountable and how they are accountable, because districts get to decide that on a per district basis, which I think is fascinating. And it's an exciting time to be in education. There are a lot of changes. If you haven't read your district's LCAP, I encourage you to. If you don't know who's on your district's school board, I encourage you to find out and go to a school board meeting. That's where a lot of decisions are made at a district level. And it's a good place to realize that your input is powerful and important. And I think that's it for all that I'd like to say, but I will leave you with go Raiders, they might win, and go Giants in the World Series. Thanks for listening.